Without looking out of your window, you can know the ways of heaven.
Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today is a very special day in Beatle history. You probably know.
So I feel like every Beatles account, it's kind of like a second Christmas, you know? Like it comes January 30th and the Rooftop pics, they come out. Like out of nowhere, you just get like your whole feed for the whole day is just Rooftop. You won't see anything else.
And I'm not complaining.
No.
Complaining. I eat it up.
Like, I think this is like, especially with like the Get Back documentary, like the Rooftop is probably the most celebrated day as a Beatles fan. And I mean, there's good reason for it. But it's just weird how like everyone's like honed in on this like one day.
Such an important and like prominent part of culture and music history.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of bands that try and like parody it.
I mean, The Simpsons parodied it pretty well.
They did. With you know, endorsement from the big guy himself.
What did he say? He's like,
it's been done.
It's been done. I love that Simpsons episode so much.
It's beautiful.
Hi Homer, I'm George Harrison. Oh my god, where did you get that brownie?
Over there.
There's a whole pile of them.
It's so good. It's actually...
Oh, okay, anyway, we're not here to talk about The Simpsons.
Wait, you know what that means? For the mood board on the Instagram, we can finally post Simpsons George.
Yes.
It's been a long time. We've had the podcast for a year and we haven't posted Simpsons George. Like, what's the point?
You know what? That's an episode. That's a Patreon episode.
Oh, in case you missed it, guys, we do have a Patreon now. We have to get the boring advertisements over and done with. But we started one. We've just uploaded a video of us ranking George album covers. There's a 7-day subscription that's free. If you want to peruse it and check it out, see if it's worth your time. There's no obligation, obviously, but if you want to help support us, it would mean the absolute world. If you're seeing this on Patreon, you'll be able to see us. So, like, hi to you guys.
The lighting is crazy here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
how is it in the dark?
I mean, let's be real. Like, if you're investing into the Patreon, you'd be helping support us get like better webcams. So, you know.
Get you a webcam.
I need something. I'm
you need a ring light. You need something. Anyway, the fuck am I saying?
So I'm just grabbing a fruit pastel.
Oh my god, I miss fruit pastels so much. What color is it? Is it a red one?
I don't know, it's in my mouth. I'm not gonna get that out. Oh my god, we might have to like send each other like care packages like across the sea. Like you send me like US stuff, and I'll send you like your comforts, like proper like tea bags. I'll give you like the PG tips with the little monkey guy.
Magic stars.
You don't have magic stars over there?
Nope. It's dreadful. The chocolate selection is dreadful.
My heart bleeds for you.
Anyway, and it's like it's so expensive as well. If you want a sweet treat, you can't. You know, like how in the UK you can like go to the shop with, you know, you can get a pretty decent amount with like a $5. So you can get like £1 sweets or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, here it's like $7 for a chocolate bar. I'm like,
that's like a cocktail price. What the flip?
I'm like, you know, like the nice bars of chocolate. It's like $7.
Which would be like $1.25 here. That's insane.
Yeah. Anyway, we are so way off track here.
It's fun. That's like our usual, you know.
It is. I feel like we didn't have this moment in the Dark Horse deep dive because we were so in it. So I missed that.
Well, I think we should just like get back to how it used to be, you know. Oh.
I think we should get back to where we belong.
Thanks for that, Jojo. Right, so Rooftop Day, it's a biggie, and again, it's everywhere. Like, you go on your feeds right now, it's everywhere. We'll probably be white noise. But I'm glad that it's like the most accessible part of like Beatles media. Like, it's literally their last concert. Like, it's a miracle it even happened in the first place, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, we've now got like the documentary, we've got the like book that accompanied it that shows everything. We've obviously got the original film. We've got the release, like the full release of the Rooftop concert on streaming, which is like insane. They just dropped that on a random day.
It really is crazy to think, you know, back in '69, do you think that they thought it was a big deal? Because I don't think they did.
Well, I mean, we're going to go into this later, but John wanted to keep the band going. There was no signs of like an actual fracture as such. Like, people say it's like the beginning of the end, but I guess people didn't know, like, when they were in it, they didn't know it would be like their last time on stage together.
No.
So
that's why it's so like, when you're watching it, it's so like bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, this is the last time they were all playing together. Oh, anyway.
They obviously all wanted different things at this time, but you wouldn't think this would be the last time.
It makes me emotional every time I watch it. I do get a bit teary-eyed.
I mean, after the third run through of Get Back, I'm like, okay.
No, it's when it's like it gets to the end and it just says this was the Beatles' last performance. It gets me.
No, I get that.
Me every time.
And we're so like fortunate that we like now this is like so accessible, because back in the day, this is like a bit of like Harry Fitz lore. To watch the original Let It Be film, this is before Get Back, anything like that, I had no way of watching it apart from on some dodgy adult sites. I do not recommend doing this. No, I do not recommend doing it, just as a disclaimer.
You had John singing Dig Up Only, and it was like hot single mums 5 miles away.
No, literally, there's pop-ups. I was like, I must have been like 12, something like that.
Oh, baby Harry.
The things I had to go through to watch Let It Be, like, just so fortunate that we got it now, guys, because internet safety, you know. But yeah,
going back to what you said, how it's accessible on streaming now. Obviously, thanks to Peter Jackson and the amazing work behind the Get Back docu-series, I guess it's called. And the whole Get Back documentary it leads up to the Rooftop. And I think it's the way that they like stage it.
Yeah, I think the way that it flowed, because it's a lot of days. It's quite hard to keep track. Like the way they did it, like simple, like with like the calendar, like, and the deadline kept getting pushed back. Like, it was really well done, even like from like that side.
And it's with Get Back as well. I think it's such a good entry point into like the fandom. Like, it, you know, any people who just they know, obviously they know about the Beatles. It's like such a good, like, you get what I mean?
I feel like it's if someone's. I feel like once you watch Get Back, it goes beyond like being like a casual fan, because like obviously you've got like a hits compilation and that will keep you settled for a while, but you've got to be a bit dedicated to watch like a full like 9 hours.
I don't know if it's just because I'm like autistic, but when I first watched Get Back, this is what altered my brain to be like, you need to listen to this band now. So I have Get Back to thank. So
like, what made you like what was it about Get Back that you were like, yeah, I'll give that a go? Because like I was like huge on the Beatles before Get Back, and I was like 9 hours. That's like, even like loving the band, I was like, that's a bit of a tall order for me.
not gonna lie. When I first watched it, because I watched it basically because of my sister. She'd watched it, and she
Yeah.
was a Beatle fan. Is, and so she was like, "Oh yeah, Get Back's really good." You know, they redo all of, and you know, I've always loved music documentaries and music history, so I was like, "Oh, I'll give it a go." And then I saw how long the episodes were. I was like, "Are we serious? 3 hours?"
On like
And
a
then
30-day period, like you've got biopic films that like cover a whole career in like an hour and
exactly.
a bit.
And so then I was kind of like, okay, and then I started watching it, and then the way that the first episode ends, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And then I remember getting a bit bored, not gonna lie, like halfway through episode 2, because that's like the longest one, isn't it?
Well, it's
I
like,
remember being like,
how many like covers can we go through? Like how many times have they got to sing Bob Dylan?
how many times have we got to hear "Don't Let Me Down"? You know. But I will always watch Get Back. Like if I have to pick Get Back or Let It Be, I will always watch Get Back. So.
No, I respect that. I mean, it's a treasure trove. I mean, the amount of content there, it's so lovely to see it all out. And
Yeah.
I guess like what the point of this episode is us trying to see this whole season, like this whole month of January, from like the perspective of George. Obviously, we've got the big him leaving the band and that whole kerfuffle. But I guess like trying to find the like nuances. Like there's good times in these sessions, obviously, as Get
It
Back.
wasn't all just bad.
And I guess that's what we're trying to explore in this little episode. So yeah, what the documentary did really well was condensing this whole month into like sections, because I can't lie, on like a base level, if you just listen to like the takes and that like one by one, it would just blend into one. Like it's up and down, and the Rooftop could have gone many ways. I mean, it started off with the idea of like the Royal Albert Hall, to like they were putting out ideas for an orphanage, doing a concert there.
Oh my god. This part when
Yeah,
Michael Lindsay Hogg is like 100 Arabs in the desert.
it's insane. My favorite ones where they say about they're gonna do it to an audience of dogs. Could you imagine?
Like I just remember thinking like what the fuck is this man on about?
Like you're telling me like
When
last Beatles concert, and they're like playing to like little chihuahuas.
Fuck along, guys. Yeah.
Like, do you reckon when they're playing it will sound like the end of like Good Morning, when they got all the dogs going off? Like will they be like joining in?
That would have been a full circle moment for them.
It would be.
Or like they would play that part in a day in the life that only dogs can hear.
That'll be their like their walk on music.
Get the dogs ready. Anyway, yeah, there was some crazy suggestions about where they should do this show. So I was gonna talk about the premise, but everyone knows the premise of Get Back. So what?
Yeah,
What am I saying?
it's getting back. I mean, you've had all the White Album stuff. They got a bit weird. George was out playing with Bob Dylan, like up in his Woodstock home. We've made a whole episode on that. They basically just want to keep it like simple as a band. That's like the Spark Notes version, which is a bit weird. They say they want to keep it chill, and then they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's play in an orphanage. Like, what's that about? And they ended up with the idea of going on a big cruise together to play at an amphitheater in Libya. You know, the whole idea of getting back to basics, and you're playing in a fucking amphitheater in Libya. Like, who do you think you are? Like, Pink
Candle lit. Remember the candles?
Oh, so, yeah, and the candles. Sorry, my bad.
And I remember when they were like, they kept saying, yeah, but Ringo wants to stay because he's got his movie to film, and he's like, and then Mike was like really pushing this Libya desert Coliseum. Oh, it's wild.
and George wasn't very pleased with this. This is like I think this is the main thread that pissed him off. Which, can you blame him? Like, we're angling this from
No.
Paul's perspective, but like, imagine like 2 weeks you're on a shit with people you don't really know or like. They've already wasted enough money with like the Apple boutique. That's run to the ground.
And I mean, he says in the documentary, he's like, we're still paying back for Magical Mystery Tour.
Literally.
So
it's just, I mean,
it's not a good idea.
Like, in concept, like, how cool would that be if, like, on like Get Back Day, it's just pitched them in a fucking Coliseum playing to. Like,
I like, well, what would they wear? Do you think they would wear like traditional
nothing
attire?
Don't know.
No.
I think the whole point of like Get Back was they had this idea of something, but they didn't actually know what they wanted to do, but they were filming it anyway and hoping that something came out. And I think that's kind of real, because that's kind of what we do in the podcast episodes. I can't lie.
It really is, like, it really shows how they had the music, but they weren't locking in. They weren't like on the same wavelength, but you could see that they had the vision. They were just like, what do we do with it? You know?
There had to be a finale for whatever they were filming.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, you can see where they were getting like their ideas from. Like, it could have been really cool. And if they did do that in Libya, would it have been their last concert? Probably, yeah. It probably would be.
I do feel like if they did go to Libya, I think George, he either probably wouldn't come back to the band, or I don't know. I feel like he'd like have a really big diva moment or something, because that's bullshit.
And yeah, I mean, obviously you get people like Paul, who at the time, he was, I guess, the de facto head of the band. It kind of went John and Paul all the time, but this time Paul was becoming more and more independent. He was getting more business orientated. This is before like the whole Adam Klein situation. He's just, people say that he's taken over. I think that's doing a disservice to Paul. I think he's just very proud of what he's done, and he's very domineering. Yeah.
In this whole period, but I think it's because he needed to be the one to kind of get everyone, get everyone together. He had no one had their shit together apart from Paul. So
like the Beatles was like essentially became his baby, and he wanted everything for this to work, for this, big ending, whatever it was going to be. He's being painted like very unfairly as like an arsehole in this time. And I can see how like some of the stuff he said could be a bit like patronizing.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
he said in like interviews since how he does say things he has gone on to regret, like the way he spoke to George. He had to deal with that. What the fuck am I saying?
No. It's just like a sibling like rivalry.
Yeah.
It's not deep. It's just, you got to think, you have cameras on you all the time. You're in this fucking big ass studio that's like pointless. Like,
yeah, I never understood the whole thing with Twickenham. I get that they wanted like somewhere different and like obviously somewhere to film, but it was so vast and empty. I was like, and they kept saying about how they were going to build something.
Like the lighting there is like, iconic. The backlighting is iconic, but it's just a glorified shipping container. Let's not beef it.
And it was so cold in there. You can tell how cold it was.
Like it's not homely. It's not homely. It's just this big ass fucking B&Q looking place. Do you have B&Q in America?
No.
It just gets worse.
They have Lowe's, I think it's called.
Lol.
It's called Lowe's. I haven't.
Lol.
It's not that funny. You might find this hard to believe, but I'm not the most handy person, so I'm not going into lols a lot. That really tickled you.
Sorry.
Anyway, January 10th. January 10th, like we mentioned, was a big deal. So George left the band. He had enough of the shit, and I mean, good for him. that's what I say when every time I see that scene of him, I'm like, good for you. Look
And
after
again,
yourself.
how do people see this scene and be like, yeah, he was the quiet one? Is it just like, yeah, I'm leaving? Like, if it was the quiet one, he'd just sit there and take all that shit. He was gone. He was gone. He was writing wah wah. Like, that shit's not quiet.
The thing that breaks my heart the most is how this was filmed, and you can like see the moment on his face when he's like, okay, I'm fucking done. And it's so powerful. It's so powerful to watch. I still get emotional. It's like, and it's the way that he really kind of comes into his own, and he's like, yeah, I've had enough of this. I'm better than this.
And like, it's not just that one like performance of two of us. Like, this has been mounting for a long time, going on in his head. Like, you couldn't, like, with his facial expressions, you can hear like his inner dialogue. And again, you got to think, with like cameras on you, it's so heightened.
That's
like,
I do. He probably had like a mixed. He was probably really torn about it because he was like, well, it's on camera right now. I'm being recorded. So like for him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a scene.
Yeah.
That proves that he was fed up. So.
Because you'd think you just like, smile for the camera, which is what they've been like told to do throughout all their like training. Again, the whole fracture of like George was the first one to talk about Brian Epstein in his passing. He was the first to address it, and you could tell that others are kind of like joking around it because they don't really want to come forward with their grief. Again, like Paul said, when like George died, they were lads. They didn't say that they loved each other. It's just not something they did. I feel like if they were to talk about how they were feeling, it wouldn't have left with George having to leave like this.
Definitely. I mean, he shows his emotional maturity so much in Get Back. Like that example is really prominent. He says, nothing, it's not been the same since Mr. Epstein died. And then this complete mood change. And you can see on the other three's faces that kind of like, they're not ready to talk about that. And then further on, I think it's in like episode 2 or 3 when they talk about India, and you can see George is like, well, did you not learn anything then? And they were like, well, we felt like we were in school. And it's like, it's showing that he was just on a different wavelength now.
Yeah. And it's just like, it took a while for George to come back round to the idea of the band. John wanted to keep the band going. He said as soon as like, obviously he did that big explanation of like getting Clapton in, which was, I think John just not coming to terms with that George was actually gone. I don't think it's like the big dig that people are making out that it was. And he said,
I think he was more thinking of from a band point of view.
Exactly, like,
if someone steps away, we need to get a replacement quickly, like,
It wasn't a case of actually replacing him. And John said, do we want to carry on with the Beatles? I do. And again, it's framed so much that John wanted to be with Yoko this time. It's not like that at all. Obviously, that was a factor, but this was also John's child. Like, he was the founding member before anyone else. And George joined, the rest of the band at a meeting at Ringo's house on the 15th for a 5-hour meeting. I mean,
Like, what were they talking about for 5 hours? There had to have been some arguments.
for 3 hours, that was probably a Dark Horse deep dive, and the other 2 hours were a guitar duel.
No, this is the origin of the guitar duel. It was George and John.
But
We just start sprouting. We start sprouting complete lies.
yeah, this is the Misinformation Light podcast. Enjoy it. But yeah, a 5-hour meeting. Shit went down. I'm glad they didn't have cameras in this one.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
it would have been extremely uncomfortable. Like, I don't even want to know the tension that was in that house.
Like, there's no hidden plant pot mics for a start. Thank God for that. That's still insane,
always-
isn't it?
I always thought that was the craziest shit. Like, when I first watched Get Back, and they were like, "Oh, production hit a mic in a plant pot." I was like,
I was like, surely they're not going to show it. And then they
I was like,
showed
that's
it.
that's some like MI5 shit. What are we
I know.
doing? Like,
In like the bottom
Oh,
foyer. Like,
son.
what's going on there? Insane. But
no privacy.
no privacy. But there's privacy here. And George was adamant that this Libya shit, it's got to stop. It's got to go.
Which, like, good for him. Good
And
for him.
like, I feel like the same of like when Ringo left in the White Album sessions, when George came back, do you feel like he was taken more seriously? Like, people like realized how like
Mhm.
fundamental he was. Like,
Yeah,
you isolate any of his guitar parts.
I think so, and in Get Back, you can definitely see how he came back on his terms, like the confidence when he walks back.
The
Oh,
sass, the outfit, like
the ciggy in his mouth. He's like, "Yeah, I'm back, bitches."
he knows he knows he ate.
He
Yeah,
knows.
and I mean, so yeah, Libya's gone, and they reassemble in the new Apple Studios with equipment designed and built by the wonderful friend of the Beatles, Magic Alex. Is this our first Magic Alex mention in the podcast? I think
It is actually. I think you should add a little sound.
He doesn't deserve a
Something
sound.
magical.
He doesn't deserve
doesn't.
shit.
But like, it actually angers me that a man like him got in like the inner circle. Because
Like-
he angers me.
I put ... oh brother in the notes, and I think that
Oh brother, this guy stinks.
like I don't think we can really go over Magic Alex in this episode. I think that's just a whole,
Like,
a whole
in it-
rabbit. People have done
yeah,
it. People have done
whole
it. Just
thing.
further reading Magic Alex. It's something to experience.
And like when John talks about him and he's like, "Oh, he's made some excellent stuff," and I'm like, "Okay,
I'm
John."
like, is there excellent stuff in the room with us? 'Cause, like, anyway, the film crew,
Oh,
you know, they all get there and they all regroup in the basement of Savile Row. And the day before, EMI engineers and the Beatles reassembled the studios. Just, I can imagine they were just like ripping everything up and like, what the fuck? But they're all
because wasn't the stuff that Magic Alex like made, it wasn't satisfactory. Like,
Yeah.
George Martin said, like, it's not good.
Glenn Johns was not too impressed. Obviously he's got his own recording techniques. He was basically overlooking the whole thing, making sure it was all right. It was a whole thing, which I'm surprised George didn't flip his shit here. But he was calm. He was nonchalant. And in this time, obviously he was writing songs, but he also brought them back into the sessions. Like, songs you wouldn't expect. He's bringing songs like Window Window, which insane.
Absolute cinema. Insane pull right there.
I know. Like he had that shit out like a Pokemon card. He just whipped it out like there's some Window to never be
Of
released
course,
until like the 50th anniversary box set.
they also had All Things Must Pass as well.
Yeah, that
Which
made a resurgence. You had songs like
that
Let It
that
Down.
was in the running. Yeah, that was in the running. Like All Things Must Pass was in the running to be on Let It Be. And it always blows my mind to think that like there's like a reality where All Things Must Pass was on Let It Be. Can you imagine that? Because like
And then
I
what
can't.
would like All Things Must Pass be called? Like My Sweet Lord. Like that wouldn't have the same like
No.
like an album. Like what would the album be called? It wouldn't be called like Wah Wah, would it?
I'd have you anytime.
I don't know.
Apple Scrubs.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. But yeah, I mean, George was like bringing out more songs than ever. And in the time away, you'd think he'd be like quite miserable and depressed, but he would just go out to see Ray Charles up in London. You know, a bit of a George Harrison side quest. And there's this little bloke who he had a bit of a past with called Billy Preston.
Big Billy.
And I mean, he gave Preston a private message the same kind of way that he did when he invited Clapton to play on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. And wouldn't you know it, the next day in sessions, entering the band on the 22nd, Billy Preston was in. It's just insane. And like the whole idea of Get Back was to have as little overdubs as possible. Getting in Preston on keys was just like that glue that would just put everything together. Because they didn't need anyone else. It's just that Billy on keys opened up the whole.
It really just shows that like it goes back to that how George had that mature understanding and he knew that there was something missing and he literally went out and sorted it and made history. Like Billy I want to say he saved them. This album wouldn't exist without him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to think he was all over the Abbey Road sessions as well. Like he didn't just come in for a couple of days and then go. He was a big part of this final end of the Beatles.
I think he was an integral part for them to continue. That day when they like jam and you can see them like getting their spark back and they say how we haven't played this well and everything. It really it makes me think that Billy did infuse them with a reminder of why they started this, and I think that's beautiful.
Like George loved his friends. He was no stranger to that, and I feel like coming off playing with like Dylan, he wanted that kind of friend in a band, and I feel like inviting Billy, they like all the band had a history of Billy Preston from like the early days. It was so like cool seeing him, and then like George would produce like both his albums on Apple Records. Like it was such a nice friendship. Like imagine giving your friend My Sweet Lord as a song to trial before you release it properly. Like
and then in a couple of years you go on tour with him and you get to sing your songs.
Yeah.
And it's he's such an amazing friend. He really was like, I have this authority and power, I'm gonna share it with you. And it's you don't see that a lot these days. And
also like George knew that it'd be a good fit for the band. Like he came in straight away and it wasn't awkward. It was like, who the fuck's this bloke? Like obviously they had a history, but like it was like a no-go to invite, like George was the main people that invited people to play on Beatles tracks. I mean, look at like songs like The Inner Light. Like George brought those people in. I know, had to be done. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, George brought that in. George bringing in Billy Preston, arguably the best thing that happened in these sessions. I mean,
Mhm.
George went straight
Definitely.
away, talked about Little Richard, where he is, to Billy Preston. That broke the ice. They got on. Bam. Next thing you know, they're running the set list.
And he slots in. Billy slots in so well as well. Like you really can't imagine these songs without him.
You
Like
can't.
he gives that extra edge, I
like,
think.
straight away, they're doing I've Got a Feeling, Dig a Pony, Don't Let Me Down. Like John said, you're giving us a lift bill. And
Mhm.
that's just such a beautiful moment. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Would you say, do you regard Billy as like the fifth Beatle?
I feel like the fifth Beatle is anyone that fits it at the moment. Like George Martin, he was the fifth Beatle. And then it depends when the song needs it. If it needs somebody to come in and be the fifth Beatle, it's like I guess like if you had to put it in like a video game, it would be like a custom character you can like make.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Like I don't know, that's kind of how I view like the fifth Beatle. Like it morphs. I don't think there's like one specific fifth Beatle. If there was, I would probably say George Martin, because I feel like Billy Preston needed to be there for like the whole length of the band for it to warrant it. For the end, I mean, he was literally the fifth member of the band, so like yeah, I guess so. But
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think on the whole fifth Beatle conundrum?
I always just thought it was George Martin, because he
Not Magic Alex.
was such... Bro wishes. No, I
He's not even like the fifth Russell, is he?
He's not even in the building, okay? He's not even in qualifying. No, I always believed it was George Martin because he was there since the beginning. The Beatles would be... No, that sounds really harsh. I was going to say the Beatles would be nothing without George Martin, but like, do you get what I mean?
Well, he had to like have like his parent moment and like be like, boys, just let me cook.
You had to sort them out. Be like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for years. So, yeah. Big up, George Martin. Love you. Shout out. Haven't done a shout out in so long.
Who else are we shouting out? It's got to be someone top of the dome.
Billy Preston?
You can say it with a bit more conviction.
I was trying to think of like anyone else in like Get Back that we haven't mentioned.
Mal Evans.
Yes, I was just about to say.
Evans.
Shout out,
your
Mal.
man.
God, I love him.
Oh, it's
Make me want to watch Get Back now.
Maybe that'd be a Patreon special. We watch the whole fucking thing and stream it live. Would you guys?
All in one go.
Would you guys even want that? The full 9 hours. We dedicate a whole day.
Not gonna lie, I would like that. Not all 9 hours in one go, but
you know what we should do? We should watch it on the Patreon, and we've got to stop it before you call George Hawk. That'd be the shortest bit. That'd be like a YouTube short.
That's such a funny idea, though.
Stop and Get Back every time. Every time George moans. Shit.
Also, George's fits and Get Back. Just don't get me started on it.
He's throwing fits and like throwing shade. It's great. It's just great.
Yeah. He's throwing all types of fits, and I'm here for it.
But yeah.
Okay, let's get back on track.
Billy Preston. So yeah, he couldn't make like a few of the days of rehearsing. He had other commitments. He's a very busy boy. And John realised that we've got a film crew here, but we've not really got much of a finale, have we? We're just kind of just running through numbers. And George is quick to respond to that by saying how much time they've all wasted. And they should have just focused on working on the numbers and getting them good to play live. Which again, he's just spitting facts. He really straight facts.
Like when I watched part of this of Get Back with my stepdad, and he was watching it. He was like, you know, in the last episode when they finally get their shit together, my stepdad was like, see, they wasted all that time, but they had it all down. They all knew what they were doing. They were just messing around.
They had
you
all the
know,
songs,
like-
like stop
Yeah.
thinking it.
For real, like they spent so much time like dilly dally and doing all these covers, like messing around. It's like, guys, you have an album to make.
And they didn't even know if it was even going to be an album. It was like they didn't know what they were doing. But
No,
they had a
exactly.
film
They
crew. They had a film crew, and they were like, you know what? Should we just do like "Love Me Do" again? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a shit show. Not gonna lie.
It was. I mean, like this is the band's longest break without doing a show. It's been a long time. John loved playing. He had the rock and roll circus that he kept talking about. He was on a high from that. Brilliant performance, to be fair. Like if I was in the Dirty Mac, I'd be proud of it too, to be fair.
I think it's also like it is really nice to hear him talking about like his other projects.
Yeah.
And it's also like really telling that, you know, you got John talking about Dirty Mac and like Yoko. You got George talking about how he's writing more music than ever, and he's got this backlog. You've got Paul, who's kind of like, I feel like Paul did know deep down that it was coming to an end. You
But
can
he also
kind of
like insinuated that he also wanted to make his own album alongside the
Yeah.
Beatles.
So there was that, and then you've got Paul Ringo.
Trying to be an
Bless
actor.
him.
He's not.
Yeah,
To
he's-
be fair, people say just being Ringo. He was writing Octopus songs now. Actually, he wasn't just a drummer. He was writing a song about an
True.
octopus. So you know,
True. So, you know, you have all four of these guys who are doing their own thing now.
they're in the
And-
basement right now.
hmm
The only way is up. You know what up would be? On the fucking roof.
That was beautiful.
That was
Inspired.
awesome. So, time frame. We're working through the weekends. We're not messing around. Sunday, January 26th, George comes again, and he's bringing out bangers like "Isn't It a Pity?"
It's 26 today.
Shit, it is.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god! Happy anniversary to George playing "Isn't It a Pity?"
Oh, beautiful.
And this is not just any day. This is the day that Heather comes in. Honestly, a second highlight of Get Back. Watching how Ringo dealt with Heather is just this is where we're on the Octopus song as well. It's
Watching like all of them like engage with her is it's like so cute, and you can kind of tell straight away like what type of dad they are.
and you can also tell that George has not been a father.
Yeah. George isn't there yet. He's just kind of like,
I'm surprised
"Let
he
me
didn't
just
just
play
like
my guitar."
I'm surprised he didn't just like give him like a cigarette and be like, there you go. Crack on. And this is also where we got the 8-minute jam of Dig It.
History was made, guys.
I mean, this day in history, 8 minutes of Dig It.
The fact that Glenn Jones was just kind of like, let's just keep recording. Let's just waste all this tape. Because tape was not cheap. And bro's just recording 8 minutes of a jam. Hoping for the
While
best.
also Michael Lindsay Hogg's recording the whole thing to film, which is
Yeah.
like arguably like just as expensive.
Crazy.
I don't know.
And you got Linda taking photos. You've got like history's just being made. Like it's insane to think
But
about. Honestly.
George isn't fed up here. You'd think this would be where he's like, yeah, I'm tapping out of this. 8 minutes of Dig It. That's too much.
Can you
And,
dig
like,
it?
There's more covers. There's more. John's quoting fucking Bob Dylan again, like a Rolling Stone. He'd do that on the Rooftop as well. There's so much Bob Dylan in Get Back. There's so
There really
much.
is.
And like, this isn't even me trying to like shoehorn him in this episode. He's just everywhere.
What is the does George do Mama You've Been on My Mind and Get Back?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
He does, because he does I Shall Be Released as well.
He also does I Threw It All Away. There's a beautiful rendition of that. I can't remember if it's on Get Back, but I've got like a bootleg of like the Black Album, and it's on there, and it's George singing. It's a bit lo-fi, but it's really, really cool. There's actually a video on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up because like copyright, and it's every song that the Beatles sang that is like a Bob Dylan cover, and it's like half an hour long.
Like, that's like, so that's really cute though. Like, it is really sweet.
And the sessions, they're still continuing. Like, again, we're working through the weekends now. They're not messing about. George Martin's also working through the weekends, so you know, he's back. George comes in with Old Brown Shoe, and then a little song called Something, which, you know, may have turned into a song.
May have turned into something a bit major for him.
Maybe it did that, or maybe it just
something slight. Yeah.
And John helped with the lyrics. Like, I think the relationship between John and George post like him leaving the band, like John's really making like an effort to put time into him, and like he should have put effort into like having a shower, but you know,
and changing his shirt, and you know, I get what you mean. But yeah, it is really sweet to see this. I really love the part in, I don't know what episode it is. I think it's when he's going to record Old Brown Shoe or like For You Blue, and people aren't shutting up, and John's like, he's trying to record it, and it's like bits like that. It reminds me like it wasn't all hate. You know, they loved each other.
And again, like, everyone says that John was such like a bitter person around this time. He was like lovely.
No, he really wasn't. I think it's because people were kind of like have this idea of John, and how at this time he was so obsessed with Yoko, and he was high all the time. And I mean, he was high.
And he was obsessed with Yoko. So like, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, but it's like, he wasn't like this, you know, he wasn't this selfish, like, bastard people.
But yeah, he was helping him write something. We have the beautiful, thankfully it was re-released for the 51st anniversary box set, because we can't say 50th because of COVID. Whereas it tracks me like a pomegranate, cauliflower, it doesn't matter what it was. Whatever he was saying, it was cute. It was cute. And
John saw the vision.
He did.
Well. Which it also makes me laugh, because in that demo, he actually asked Paul, he says to Paul for help. And then John's like, it's all right, son, I'll help you out. It's cute.
And again, like, earlier in the month, you had John helping George write with like a Mind Can Blow Those Clouds Away, like in like All Things Must Pass. Like, it was like John was really close to George at this time. That's what I'm realizing, like, making this episode. It's like little bits like that. It's like they pop up, and it's like,
and it is like their relationship is different to all of them.
Yeah,
like it is not. We don't really talk about John and George. It's a duo that is
a bit shrouded in like
underrated.
Yeah, like you get the whole idea of like George helping Ringo. Paul kind of telling George what to do. It's never John and George, which I think's, you know, like, it
shows that they had a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, it did go a little bit nasty. We did talk about this in our John and George episode, so I'm not going to repeat myself.
But no, this time it's nice. It's nice. Wednesday 29th. So this is the day before. And I mean, they've already scouted out that they could be on the roof and record there.
They had that amazing moment when they were pulling Michael Lindsay Hogg.
They're all just up on the roof, like looking at it, being like, yeah, I see. And the thing on everyone's lips was, if it will rain. Because,
and it
is London. It's to be expected. You're going to get rain.
it's winter. It's gonna rain. And I mean, they have all of that equipment, all those wires. Back in the day, they probably didn't have, waterproof.
Yeah, and Paul's like overthinking like every situation. He's trying to troubleshoot like a mad lad. Again, we can't have George electrocuting himself like a second time during these sessions.
True. I can't believe we didn't mention the classic.
No.
That is a moment in the pink turtleneck.
I know you like replay that scene in your head. Like you've
No.
you've psychoanalyzed the whole of Get Back. It's kind of insane.
Get Back is actually like, I have a lot to thank for Get Back because I made like Get Back content a lot, and I got a lot of attention from it. So maybe it's the reason why I got a following.
Damn, makes you think.
I got really deep.
was that you being philosophical? We got fucking Plato over here.
I was just like, maybe I should bring the Get Back content back.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. It's coming back.
True.
And
True.
John wanted like around 7 songs to play. It wasn't like clear what they were filming. Like no one's done a gig on a roof. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Has anyone done a gig on the roof before this time?
No.
Like nowadays, it doesn't seem that like insane. But like then.
But back then, it was.
Yeah.
I love how they didn't give a shit about the public.
No.
They were kind of like they weren't thinking about the noise complaints. They're like,
they just thought if it was gonna rain.
Yeah, they were like, oh, is it going to rain? Is it going to take our weight? Are we going to get the equipment up there? It's their way of thinking.
It's kind of valid. It reminds me of, like the 50th Abbey Road box set where they're recording, there's like an outtake of I Want You, She's So Heavy, and they're at Trident Studios. And they get a noise complaint when they're recording.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, it's honestly like one of the best. Like it's a ripping like version. I'll send it to you after this. It was on the 50th set, and they get a noise complaint, and then they just do it like one more time, and they just like full send it before they like quiet it down a bit. And it's honestly like the loudest thing you've ever heard. Like they did not give a shit about like noise complaints. It's just great. So yeah, John wanted about 7 songs, and Paul would say they got a lot more than 7 songs, which they did. They had fucking loads. And George was quick to respond with, I've got 14 of my own, which we could do in an hour.
Oh, he's so real. I love him. The sass.
Which he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And I mean, this is when we'd have the classic line where they're talking about the roof. And he's kind of like, you can tell on his face, when they're like.
Well, to preface this, they're like, "Are we all in? Are we all in agreement?"
Yeah. Who are they talking to? Because they're talking to someone, and then he's like, he looks at George, and George does that like fucking office stare into the camera.
And it's like so sassy. Like he's not even like, he's just like, I don't want to go on the roof. Like point blank. But then he's like, I'll do it. Like just to be like so bitchy. And I love it. Like he's like, I'll do it, but I don't want to do it. Like
I need everyone to know that I don't want to do it.
But I will do it. I will do it. But I don't want to.
If the rest of the band does, then I'm sure I will, but I don't want to do this.
I mean, he didn't leave the band. That's a start.
Again, yeah, true, but
they're not on a boat to Libya. I guess.
It's such a good moment. Honestly.
To be fair,
one of the best moments.
To be fair, I went to see Mariki, and I met up with our friend Katia, came down from Manchester, and we went to Savile Row like beforehand. Because I've never actually been, like I've been to London loads, but for whatever reason I've never been to Savile Row. It's just like kind of just like in a back road, like kind of out of the way a little bit.
Yeah.
And I can't lie, being there, it's a pretty tall building. So I'm kind of with George. I wouldn't feel too like the shots don't make it look too big on like the film. But honestly, being there, I was looking up and I was like, you know what? It would hurt falling off. I'm kind of with him.
And the fact that like the roof didn't look very secure, like the wooden planks, the way they were moving, like I'm going downstairs, thanks. Like
I mean, they were still moving up there, like the fact that like someone like Paul moved as much as he did in the conditions there were, like insane.
I love when they go up and Ringo sits down and he's like, "You've nailed me down in the wrong place." And it's like, bro cannot move.
I think that's the least of his concerns. I can't lie. But like before, like we're still on the 29th.
I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of us. I'm getting ahead.
Sorry,
of it.
we're getting a bit eager. But
I get excited.
I feel like John calmed like George down for like the roof. Like this is where he asked like John if it would be alright for like whatever Let It Be would become. If after that he could make an album of his own just to get the songs out. And John was like openly supportive of all this. Like same with like even Yoko was like Billy Preston was supporting him. Like it was such a nice unit that all wanted him to do.
I find it really interesting as well how he waits for Paul to leave. He doesn't say it in front of him. I find that very interesting.
It's interesting for sure.
It is one of my favorite moments when George says, "I think I'm going to be me for a while."
Yeah. Oh shit, dog. My MacBook's about to die. I need to quickly plug that in.
Oh shit.
1 secundo.
Oh, Harry's left me. I don't know where he went, but he left me. Duke a pole.
Go in the hole.
You can celebrate.
Plug my Hoover.
Yes, you can celebrate everything you want. I told you so. Oh, I want
Right, I'm back. I had to
it.
unplug my Hoover for that, but sacrifices were made. Sorry.
All I can. I did a little bit of singing, by the way, so enjoy that. And all I could hear was
I couldn't put it in the hole. It was
all I could hear is I can't find the hole, and I got to unplug my Hoover. Oh, I love it.
Right, sorry. As you were, I don't know if you could even remember.
I was singing Dig a Pony. So.
Oh, beautiful.
No. So yeah, we were talking about George saying he's gonna be him for a while, and yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the series. It's really like telling in hindsight.
And then just before the Rooftop concert, all the bands sleep at George's house in Isha in Kinfarns, in the little bungalow, to prepare for like the big day.
That's so cute.
It is.
Like, that little sleepover.
Like again, this is all on George's terms. Like he's come round to this performance idea that he didn't want. He went from not doing it to then saying, "I don't want to go on the roof," to then them having a sleepover.
The whiplash. Yeah, his feelings were. I think he was feeling excited. I want to say. I think he had high hopes for this because as the when they finally got their shit together, and like the project was coming to an end, like George saw the potential in the songs. They all did, and they kind of were like, "Hey, we got something good here. Let's not waste it."
Yeah. And then we've obviously got 30th of January, 1969. It's Rooftop Day. It's Rooftop Day.
Best day of January.
John Lennon described it best before they went on. In quote, "Fuck it, Let's go do it. And I think like what this whole episode's been leading up to. It's the show.
It is, right? Every time I watch it, goosebumps. The aura
Yeah.
of when they're walking up.
You know
like-
what? Is this a bold claim? This might be the best Beatles performance. I know it's not polished. I know it's rough.
I completely agree with you. It's so good.
I feel like everything it represents, it's like...
Mm-hmm. And they're tight.
Exactly, they're tight. They've got like individuality. You look at all the Beatles shows beforehand, they're all dressed uniformly.
Mm-hmm.
This is everyone being themselves.
And it shows it's so powerful musically, visually. It's such a statement, and it is such a good finale.
Again, like,
the Beatles.
There's not much that's unsaid about this film for good reason. It's the fucking Beatles Rooftop concert. What do you expect?
It honestly gives me a loss of words. Because every time I watch it as well, like you don't get bored of it. And if it is on the TV, I am sitting and I'm watching the whole.
Yeah, I'm locked
like
in.
40 minutes?
Yeah,
Is it 40 minutes or
poised.
something? Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, bloody freezing day. John's hands, rest in peace.
I know, you can see how red they are. And he's like...
Like, there's no real, like, sound check, apart from if you count, like, Get Back, I guess. Because, like, they couldn't. Like, it was all out to public. Crowds were congregating. It was, like, all a standstill. And yeah, I wrote down my notes, maybe the most iconic performance of all time. Like there's I'd say like maybe Queen at like Live Aid is like close.
Yeah.
Like what do you reckon is the most like iconic? This is like a league of its it's a league of its own. Like
I can't think of anything else that comes to mind. Like yeah, you can think of Queen, you can think of like Hendrix or Woodstock.
Yeah, actually, comments below. I know the comment feature is kind of a bit non-existent on the Inner Light, but if there's any like iconic performances that like come up to like Rooftop level, like I'm kind of drawing blanks in my head. Like what's more iconic than the Rooftop?
Nothing can beat it, and there's been nothing like it ever again. Okay,
but yeah, set list. Right, we've got Get Back 2 times in a row. Don't Let Me Down. I've Got a Feeling, One After 909, Dig a Pony, God Save the Queen, little interlude.
So random.
I've Got a Feeling, Don't Let Me Down, Get Back. Interspersed, we've got little bits of I Want You, She's So Heavy, A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody, and of course, Danny Boy, which would feature on the album.
Oh, Danny Boy. So good.
And again, they could have done the classic, play like Twist and Shout, Hard Day's Night. Like, again, you gotta think an audience, they're seeing the Beatles' last performance. They don't know a single fucking song. Do you reckon they were like, oh, they're only playing their new stuff. Oh, these bands.
Oh. I loved the inclusion of like the public's reaction.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're playing their new record. What do you think of it? Oh, it's great. And then you get like the old people, and they're like, they woke me up. that lady that was taking a nap or something.
Yeah, a midday nap, like be so for real. You know what? Kind of valid for a midday
I get
nap.
it. I'm a sleepy girl myself, but if the Beatles are outside ripping their new stuff, you wake up for that.
Like I wonder if that was like happen now. Like they're like, oh, they're only playing the new stuff. What's the fucking point?
To be honest, I probably would be like that old lady if like a band was on a rooftop. I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Real. Like if that was like now, people would be like putting like TikTok lives, or they'd be like playing like Subway Surfers while they're on. They'd be like, this shit's boring.
The thing that makes me laugh as well, like a lot of people who were in the area couldn't see them.
No.
And like the impact that they had on like businesses, like they stopped they stopped business in that part of London for 42 minutes, 42 glorious minutes. You know, we had groups of people coming up to on their roofs so they can get a glimpse. You had
And they're
people
all like
looking through
hopping
windows.
over, like it was a game of like
Yeah.
football.
Yeah, it was so impactful. It was so, you know. Then you had people ruining it, saying
Yeah.
they're disrupting the business, they're being loud, and then obviously the police
Yeah, the feds
would
come
be
in.
called.
And obviously, elephant in the room, there's a lack of George in the set list. Shock horror. I feel like there's a lot of like variables of why. I mean, one, George was having problems with his tonsils. They weren't horrendous at this point. Obviously, he was still trying his songs, but they would get worse at like start of February. He had to get them removed. Also, like the speculation didn't seem because of this, but also he did a lot of harmonies. If you listen, like he's still all over the Rooftop. Also, the fact it got cut short, like George probably would have had a song or two to play. I was kind of helping think that a song like For You Blue wouldn't hit the same as like, because the Rooftop set list is quite loud, isn't it? You got songs like Get Back, One After Nine, like it's all quite high.
You can't really have a song like I Me Mine in that mix because that's like it starts off slow, yeah, and it gets louder. But I can't imagine them playing that.
Like, For You Blue is not gonna.
Oh, it's not gonna hit.
It's not gonna work for a brilliant song. All Things Must Pass is a bit slow. In terms of like a live cut. For like this kind of, for like an actual like gig, yeah. For playing in a Rooftop, it just wouldn't match the vibe. So I think they've done a really good set list. To be fair,
and like you said, George was doing harmonies. He was doing exactly what he needed to do. He didn't need to go and sing his own song.
He had nothing. He had nothing to prove. As much as I would have loved it.
Yeah, and we're saying that as like, you know, the George Harrison fans.
Exactly.
Like we don't need George singing a song on the Rooftop. The man needs to be on solid ground.
Honestly, just the green trousers are enough for me.
The coat, okay, I have a coat exactly like that. I bought it because of him.
What do you mean had?
It's in the UK. I didn't bring it with me. That's really sad.
Story. That's really sad.
I know, because last year I dressed up as him on Rooftop Day, and I can't even do that this year because I haven't got my coat. So,
and again, like, there's this whole idea of like they wanted like an epic finale, and with the police coming, it could have been so good. I mean, Ringo said they wanted to be taking off his drum kit, flailing his arms around the back of a car. Honestly, it was still quite an epic moment. I mean, Paul's.
I do think it was a perfect closer. And can we just take a moment for the bit when Mal goes and turns the amp off?
To which George goes and turns it straight back on.
Yes.
Like
I cheer every time.
George fans stay winning. And Mal Evans was just doing this, trying to be like he wasn't the arsehole in this scenario. He was just trying not to get.
I know, but bless him. He was trying not to get the boys arrested. He was trying to like keep things under control. And then George is like, "Fuck them." Love it. The whole thing.
And this was like Paul's moment, like the ad lib was so good. You've been playing on the roof too long. You're gonna get arrested. Like it's so. Only Paul McCartney could do that.
And then they realize they probably should get off because it's getting serious. You know, more police keep appearing, so they're like, okay, time to end.
Yeah.
George walks off, guitar in hand. He's not giving that shit to anyone. It's his guitar.
And like you listen to the end of Get Back, Maureen's yell like when she's like at the end, to which Paul comes like, "Thanks, Mo," and then John's line at the end. I don't care how many times you've heard that. It's just it's the je ne sais quoi, you know. It's the
Mhm.
chef's kiss of the night. We also had like it's so
And George cracking up. But yeah, Don't Let Me Down is actually one of my favorite Beatles songs like ever.
it's gorgeous. I saw Finn Wolfhard play that live.
That's so random.
Yeah, in his band Calpurnia. That was like 2818, I want to say.
Yeah, I remember when he started that band.
Yeah, I went to go
'Cause
see
I
him
was
in
like,
London.
That's such a flex.
And yeah, they played "Don't Let Me Down," and it was like sick. I was like, bloody hell! Like I don't know if that was like a standard in their set list or if just for that one night. But I was pleasantly surprised. And then like to see like Finn Wolfhard like work with like George's estate for the music video, it was so like full circle. It was.
Also, what is it with the Stranger Things references in the episodes lately?
I don't know. It can't become a running gag. Like this is gonna.
Is it gonna be the new Bob Dylan? At least Bob Dylan makes sense.
It doesn't.
Not
It
gonna
doesn't
lie.
quite hit the same, does it? Next episode, mark my words, it's not gonna show up. There'll be no Stranger Things. We'll talk about another show. We'll talk
I'm gonna
about
make
like
sure of it.
we'll talk about like I don't know, fucking Chowder or something.
Chowder.
You never seen Chowder?
No, I have. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
It's literally peak. I
It's
miss
just,
it so much.
it's just the way you had every TV show on Earth and you pick Chowder.
I fucking love Chowder.
Anyway, is that what we have to say? Because I don't know what else to.
I mean, I guess like you could talk about them leaving the stage. They like re-listened to the gig like straight away. Where like on the bit where the police came, they laughed about it, saying it sounded good. Like again, like from like today's context, like just like what's so special about them? They played on the roof. Like, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the snowball effect it had, like everything around it. This is why people are talking about it every year.
It's the way that they go back down in the basement, and for the first time in this whole documentary, you can kind of see them have this sense of like,
we did this.
Yeah, like they're like, they're so excited and happy and proud of it, which you don't get a lot of that in Get Back, and it's so sweet to see.
And then it's like straight back to work, like let's work on the other numbers. To which
George, and I'm sorry, I just have to say, he looks so hot here in this particular scene.
you had to get it in, didn't you?
I had to get it in. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I've had to censor myself a lot of times during this episode.
So this is like your get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I can say that he looks hot, can't I?
Yeah,
that's just
the facts. Like, despite like the misinformation earlier, Magic Alex being the fifth Beatle, it's you're allowed to spread facts like this.
Thank you. Everything that we say is factually correct.
Once we edit it.
Once we edit it, which this will be edited. You can cut this out. Anyway.
But yeah, we were gonna do a thing where we do like an alternate like track list for the Rooftop.
Yes.
But I think we talked about the Rooftop enough. This just opens the door for us to come back up here again. Because to be fair, on like first glance, there's not too much I'd change. I'm happy for what it is.
Yeah, I'm a really big Let It Be apologist. Like, I love that album.
Like, did we need Get Back 3 times? No.
We didn't.
Do I listen to them in close succession and be happy that they're there? Yes, I do. So, sue me.
I do think it'd be really cute if they played Two of Us. I wouldn't mind that on the roof.
But again, like, I guess it's the idea of like, is it like big and loud enough? To be fair, looking at like Let It Be as the album it is, I really would want like the title track. Like if they played Let It Be live, imagine the chills. Like I think I'd actually that or like if they played Long and Winding Road,
That's too. I feel like that's too slow
it's
though.
too slow,
for
but
the
I feel
move.
like imagine final performance and they're hitting that.
Chills. Imagine the police coming up during Long and Winding Road.
Or fuck it, just Maggie May. Just play Maggie May. I don't give a shit anymore. I think with that's it. That's the rooftop. What more can we say?
Not a lot. I wish we had more to add. But I'm really
sure,
coming up.
I'm sure like every news outlet has written something about the rooftop at some point.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic. It's the moment. It's the fucking Beatles rooftop. So, Kat is just fucking messaging me saying, "My mama don't like you and she likes everyone." And I never lied to admit that I was wrong. Oh my god, stop fucking messaging me.
Anyway,
I think that's the time to wrap it up.
I don't know what else to say. We're sounding like a bunch of idiots. So
we're gonna put into this one. We'll see you in a regularly scheduled bi-weekly episode. So see you in a fortnight.
Yeah, January has been a very big month for us. We've got a lot of content out. I'm very happy about that.
It's been overwhelming, so I think I'm gonna rest.
Yeah, let's rest now. I'll wake you up when January ends.
Just start playing a band really loudly, and I'll be like that one woman who's like, woke me up from my nap.
Okay.
Any close? Oh, sorry. I was about to say if you had any closing statements, but
no, I'm better. I any closing statements?
Leave that as an open forum. Any closing statements?
George Harrison, get back. Can get my back.
That was not even Riz. That was horrendous. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
The 501 travel, the less one knows, the less one really knows.
The people who have it's cough kink, I think.
I hope the fuck not. I hope that's not a thing.
I know there's a thing like when people sneeze.
Really?
It's really weird, yeah.